Hello and welcome to probably the most unexpected piece of supplemental content in the history of the Regulation Pod. We are watching the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. As you know, we've been dabbling in our puzzle era. Not to spoil it, well, I guess it's probably up by now. I completely salad creamed my puzzle. Jeff did great as expected. Gavin, I also think salad creamed his. But I love puzzles. I think this is so cool. I didn't really know anything about the World Championship puzzling. I don't know the league name. That's how little I know. But it's sponsored by Ravensburger. They make great puzzles. It was the type that we used. Anyway, it's the World Jigsaw Puzzle Federation, and it's the World Jigsaw Championship. We're doing this because on the subreddit, there's a post by somebody named Tussle that they are representing us at this event. They made regulation puzzler shirts. They're awesome. And they are competing in this event. Now, it was two people. I don't think they made it in couples, but one of them made it. You can see him right there. Right in the, near the back left. Left row, second from the back, regulation puzzler. That's who we're cheering for. I'm ready. This is awesome. 4, 3, 2, 1. And the puzzling has begun. You got people ripping off the sheets of them. Now, I haven't watched any of this prior to this event. I don't know. I don't think I'm capturing audio, but just in case, I'm going to lower it a little bit. So I'm louder than it, definitively, even though I don't think you hear any of it, because there are people doing great commentary properly that know what they're talking about. A lot of judges, massive amount of rows, kind of is overwhelming immediately. Look at that. He's got a one-piece shirt on, flipping pieces, going for it. Looks like the perimeter to the side. At least that's what I assume. That is an insane amount of speed being able to flip it over. So the little I understand from this, as somebody who is a enthusiast and great appreciator, but has very low knowledge in this, is the people in the front got the faster times in the previous sets, and it's essentially working backwards. This is I believe, 90-minute round, and the goal of doing, they're showing the puzzle. The goal of completing it ahead of time. If you complete it within time and you're the only representative of your country, you immediately advance, I believe. I know the rules, but they're slipping my mind right now. But we're just watching. We're going to cheer on our person, hope they make it. Even if they don't, it's crazy that they're at this event and they're competing, and that's so cool. And it's so, I don't know, I guess inspiring in some ways of like, I want to do a puzzle right now. And just also, so our community is amazing in countless ways. It's 2 a.m. on a Friday. I did not, if you would have asked me 3 hours ago, would I be watching a puzzle championship? I would say absolutely, but I didn't know it existed. However, like, this is crazy that we're doing this. I know the guys would love to be here. As I said, it's 2 a.m. watching it essentially live. I'm a little behind. This is so exciting. Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association. This is a whole subculture I know nothing about, but I'm excited to learn more. It seems like a really sweet community from what I've seen. They started in 2019, so it's still super young in its, I guess, sports history. And they're just puzzling. Oh, we got Canada up in the front at 147. That's cool. It's surprisingly global. Got merch in the back. I'm recording my screen. I hope it doesn't look like shit. My laptop, it's such a me problem, is like a weirdly shaped, the framing of it. Sometimes the capture doesn't quite turn out. This is one of the first things I've ever captured. Typically, this would be a Nick job. Or at least Nick would help me through this. It's so interesting to know like what the scene was. I'm so curious prior to 2019. Before this was official. I mean, I'm assuming that a lot of these people have been doing this for an extended amount of time. Was it just regional? What was the event before? Are there other championships? The fact that this is sponsored by Ravensburger is Ravens. I don't know. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. Treasure trove and all that. And also, well, I guess this is mainly remembering. Doesn't matter. It's so cool seeing so many people. Like, what a fun thing. And it kind of taps into, I guess, sort of what I thought was the coolest part of RTX of having this very specific interest in getting to spend time or meet people that you wouldn't have met otherwise doing this activity or being part of this thing that you're super passionate about. It's so cool seeing this. And that's, I don't know, I guess how to measure that. I was going to say this is even more niche than Rooster Teeth, but I mean, puzzles are much wider, obviously, in general interest. But there's a huge difference between, just being somebody who's into puzzles and doing the occasional one and somebody who is a puzzler. I don't know if that's the official term for them, but I'm going to call them puzzlers for now until I get corrected, which would not be surprising. So the way that I do puzzles, and I'm obviously incredibly qualified to be commentating on this, is you always go for the edges, or at least that's what I feel like my grandparents taught me. It seemed like that's what the other guy's doing, and he was quickly moving the pieces. It's also kind of cool to see, like, regulation! Look at 153! That's us. That's who we're cheering for. I wish I knew their name. I tried to find any information. It was the post. It's pretty vague as far as identification goes, but 153 is who we're cheering for. I mean, we're cheering for all these people. This is a really cool event, and it's fun. But we got an additional invested interest in 153. It's they're showing off the puzzle. It's a lot of different colors, so I assume that this one wouldn't be too bad. Although there's some sharing orange, but there's a lot of unique shades. But I don't know. Puzzles can be deceiving. They're talking about doing circular puzzles, which is a thing that I haven't really experienced. From what I've seen in the brief watching I was doing before, we're probably going to start getting people finishing between 30 and 40 minutes. It seemed like around the 35-minute mark, people were really starting to figure it out. And there's different strategies. I'd be interested to know people that are watching this. Some people wear headphones to just, I assume, either listen to music or more likely just block out all the other sound. Is that something that you would do? I don't think something I would do. I think I would feel claustrophobic in this setting. But I've never attempted to do. I guess I should have, like that was the whole bit that we're not even a bit, but that was like the thing we were going to do. And I need a better space to do puzzles because I miss it. I used to go to my grandparents' house and my grandma loved puzzles and she would have one laid out on the table. And it was always so much fun. So meditative. And I think I'm, I was going to say meditating and then I panicked for some reason and meditative came out. Oh, wow. They're going middle. I guess it's like the colors maybe that you find the most identifiable. Like that is such a unique shade of purple. Also interesting that the box isn't up. Some people are just boxed to the side. While other people, I saw one being the lid being held up by a Rubik's Cube. As you can see, like the large surface area and kind of pieces everywhere. There's sort of a funny scandal feels like the wrong word, but I don't know what else to call it earlier, where a competitor finished and then got up and they grabbed the bag of the person next to them that was on the floor and pulled a piece out and then gave it to them. I guess the assumption is that it was their bag, and that was the whole thing because I guess there are rules against the judges doing that, but they've never encountered another player doing that for a player. So they're gonna have to do a ruling on that. I don't think I ultimately heard what the ruling was on that. And I guess the idea is that if you knock a piece off the table, let's say you're trying to help someone and you give it to the wrong person, and then it just becomes like an impossibility to find. The idea being that if you spill in some regard and everybody leaves it as is, there's sort of a natural search area that would exist. And people, when they become aware that they don't have all the pieces that they're supposed to have, can figure it out. Like that, the people right next to each other, like that feels like it would be so easy to accidentally get a piece on the other side of the table or have a mix up. And these are 500 piece. This is the same amount of pieces that we had. I cleared out a space on my work desk. My work desk is like entirely filled with my setup. And I took out the centerpiece thinking that would be enough. Oh, see, here we go. There's some puzzle like case holders. Some people, it looks like they have a box of some kind that they're using to keep it up. I think I mentioned before I saw Rubik's Cube. It's kind of cool how people have different approaches. That's a really pretty puzzle. I really like these shades. I couldn't tell you a single, is it a rose, I believe, in the middle? Not a rose guy. I appreciate the rose, I guess. I was going to say flower. I guess I'm not really a flower guy in general. I couldn't identify most of them, but they are very pretty. So I'm trying to figure out what their strategy is here. So it looks like they're grouping based on color combination, which also makes total sense. They seem less worried about the corners unless all the corners are already on the left side, which they might be. He may have already separated those. It's so... Oh, wow. Okay. So he's just sorting them and then building off of that. He's so... The... the movement, the speed. It's also really cool seeing like the variety of ages at this thing. It's like people that are killing this in like 30 minutes. And then I've also seen like kids who are like 5 that are just excited to build a puzzle with their dad or whatever. And like their pairs as well as solo competitions, which is what we are currently watching. Oh, they got the whole perimeter built. They're working on pink flower in the top left. This is so cool. I want to finish this and then do a puzzle, but I don't have space. I need to make space. Maybe that will be one of the things I work on this weekend, but that is neither here nor there. I really hope that this is the thing that develops. I hope in like 15 years, this is like a big event. Or at least gets coverage, there's nothing wrong with them having their own coverage on YouTube. It's actually great. It makes it so much more accessible. It's one of my complaints of the spelling bee, which is, another sort of, I guess, niche sport that I love, where every year they have the big spelling bee, but it's impossible to watch in Canada. Like, it's literally, there's no way to view it. It used to be on ESPN, and we would get coverage of it through that, but now it is on a different network that I get the sense is maybe more accessible in the US, but harder to reach anywhere else. It's also cool seeing the different shirt designs. Some people just wearing generally branded stuff, other people wearing like very clearly things related to them or the league that they're part. I don't know if I'd call it a league. Like, I don't know, a club? Because chess is a club. Are there any other club? I guess football club? I don't know what the term would be. But people are starting to finish this. Oh, we got a lady in the back with her hat backwards and to the side. That's awesome. People just working on it. This is in Spain, this event. I don't know if it changes its location every year. I would love to see uh Jeff and Gavin do this. Gavin, not a puzzle guy. This is Jeff's heaven. At the very least, it would be so amazing to send Jeff out to the next one of these, have him make some content, and just cover the event. And Jeff would love, like, genuinely, he gets so much joy out of puzzles. They're fun. I mean, why wouldn't he? It's sorry for the silence for a minute. I was just listening to what they were saying. I guess there's another event that, so I think they're kind of answering the question I had before of like, what are the other events and all of that. I'm just locked in. I'm looking for a regulation puzzler every time there's a wide shot. I wish. I'm sure. You know what? I'll reach out and provide any additional information that they would be comfortable with. Give a proper shout out. The shirts they made are so cool. You should definitely check out our subreddit. Maybe I'll ask Nick if he can include the photo in this as well of them and their puzzler shirts. Sort of overwhelming seeing the wide of how many people are competing. I wonder for them, this must be incredibly stressful. I know I know for me and a lot of the guys, like we will do our own, obviously much lower stakes games, and it gets incredibly competitive and stressful and intense. I couldn't imagine being in this atmosphere and trying to compete. My hands would be so shaky. I guess the closest comparable I have is at PAX one year. They did the Griffball World Championships, and Caleb and myself, someone named Flowers, and my cousin went down and competed and won. It was awesome. The talent pool, there was only, I was super into Griffball at that time. And so we were a pretty stacked team. Everybody else was sort of, they're either friends that were just more general Rooster Teeth or Halo fans and happened to be there. There was only one other team that was in the league. So it was a pretty easy walk. And then it was us against them in the finals. And we were able to pull it out. That was a really cool PAX. I think that was the first event that they made Griff balls for. It was really cool. I think ODST was either coming out or was already out. I think it was coming out. I think it was 2008. Was ODST out then? Halo had a booth, or Bungie, I guess, not Halo, had a booth right next to Rooster Teeth. Like they shared it essentially. I don't remember what they were. Maybe it was a Halo 2, or not Halo 2, Halo 3 multiplayer map pack. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, I was just thinking about things I've competed in. Griffball, super intense, even though the stakes incredibly low. But it must be a mix of also like joy, just being able to be at this event. I'm sure this is a lot of fun. So 17 minutes in, we're probably about halfway to the first puzzle solve. I'd love to know how many puzzles these people do per year on average. Sorry, if I ever go silent for a minute, it's because the commentary team is saying something that I am captivated by, or like I'm trying to figure out. I thought they were about to drop like a specific terminology for the hand moves that someone was doing, which is something that I never considered. I wonder if like chess, if like chess has specific strategies and plays that you can enact, and obviously a puzzle, it doesn't work that way in the sense of like pieces do not always fit in the same way or have the same rules across every puzzle. But I wonder if certain building techniques, as well as just like how you divide the pieces, if they have names. Like, is there like a Petrov's defense in the puzzle world? I don't know. I am just filled with questions that I'm excited to get answers for. And I hope that this is something that y'all enjoy watching as much as I am. I am captivated by this. I wonder also what type of puzzles they have in sense of accessibility. Like, are there braille puzzles? That would be cool. I always hear about puzzles that are, ranging of difficulties of like all of the pieces are the same color, which I would love to know what their feelings are on something like that as a competitive. Oh, that's a fucking awesome shirt. Holy shit. What is that? What? Were those rats? Were those pigs? What was that? Oh, I'm sorry. They're saying it's something about it's in a Madrid museum, that art piece. They couldn't remember what it was called. Oh, this is awesome. It seems like a really sweet community. They're talking about using glasses on a puzzle, and is that the equivalent of doping? Um, oh, that's so it looks like the person in front and directly behind are part of a team. I would love to know as well. I'm so sorry of like anyone who's listening if this is annoying. It's just me providing no insight and just asking questions. But are there clubs that like you have to decide? How is I would love to know what the process is for even being involved in this event. You have to win a regional tournament. Can anyone sign up for it? I assume since it's such a young sport, a new like a new tournament, that they're pretty open, I would think. It would feel weird to be exclusive, but also it's the world championship, but I don't know. I mean, really it's a celebration of puzzles and puzzle culture, I guess. Which is obviously like any scene has its own culture, but it's just I've never really thought about puzzle culture in this sense. I mean, there's so many different things you could do with puzzles, even beyond just like fastest to solve it. It could be multiple puzzles. There are a lot of different approaches. I need to do another puzzle. I should look at virtual puzzles. I'm sure there's something in that space. That would solve my physical space problem. I feel genuinely, but there are times where like I've salad creamed something and I didn't feel like it was a salad cream. I knew I fucked up the puzzle thing and I felt terrible about it. I got, when we were talking about sharing our times, I don't remember exactly what Gavin said, but Gavin indicated that he had also, in some capacity, screwed his up. And it gave me relief of like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one. But still, like, I feel bad about that. I did not give that puzzle the respect it deserves. The episode where I think we talked about that hasn't aired yet. So it'll be interesting to see the reaction. I'm sure I will get much deserved heat for not finishing or even getting close. So they're getting some big chunkage, these things, at this stage. You got the bottom, or I guess the bottom done. Picture in picture. I feel like I'm watching like NFL Sunday, like Sunday Ticket. You got the 4 games or Red Zone. Oh, so they're commenting that the person in the top left is solving their puzzle sideways and that nobody else is doing that. His name's Alejandro. I think he's one of the better puzzlers. I feel like such an asshole not knowing what the proper terminology is, but it's I never even considered. I wonder what the advantage is of doing it sideways. And also it's interesting that of these four people that I'm assuming are the furthest along based on how far they are and that it's really focusing in on them. Um only one of them is like has the box up and is like using that in a way that is helpful to them. Like the Alejandro in the top left, his box is almost off the table. Like it is it's almost like an annoyance. I guess he's leading in their opinion, the man in the top left. Um Very fast. I wonder the commentators as well, how long they've been doing this. What this like how do you get this job? It's so fascinating. Now I love that these people are doing really well. I'd like to see some more variety. I'd like to see some other people. I want to see where 153 is at. Interesting. Okay, so I guess speed puzzling on average, based on the commentary that they're giving, is 500 pieces on average, which is the exact same amount that we had. That's really cool to know. I was surprised by the size of the 500-piece puzzle. I would typically do like 1,000. Um, I haven't done many 500 in my life, but I was surprised by the scale of it. Oh, 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 top right. Top right is speeding in. This is going to get close. Oh, wow. Spinning it, adjusting it. They are freaking out on commentary that it appears as though she has taken the lead. Oh, that was a big chunk. This is so cool. Oh no, top left. Oh, the feed is frozen. Oh, it's like a sewing machine. Well, okay, let me. Maybe I shouldn't use that terminology. I've got a history of sewing machines, but it's like it's so. It would be a really funny edit to cut to me trying to do a puzzle compared to these people of they are so precise, so exact. They know where the thing is going. They immediately know if it doesn't fit compared to me where it is a 30-second struggle with so many pieces of does this fit? Am I forcing this into this space? Oh, wow. She is making such great progress. She might do this in under 30. Well, that seems I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm declaring that. But she is moving quick. And there aren't many zones left. Kind of organized as far as like what the shapes are and colors and all that. Wow. Okay. Reclustering. I wonder I wonder like what makes you shift? What makes you decide to attack a different zone? I have so many questions. It's gonna be close though, because he also is pretty done. It's the shot. I think she has a pretty big lead now that I'm looking at them side by side. But it could be kind of deceptive due to the angling. Either way, this is absolutely incredible. What a wild day. Starting at 2 a.m., doing the supplemental, watching competitive puzzling. Nick and I are going to record Saw 2 later in the day, start our Halloween content, which I'm so excited about. I really want us to be able to provide at least one Halloween kind of themed thing a week in October. You know, we're doing everything we can to execute on that. I think we have some really fun ideas that I'm excited for y'all to see. Um, doing that and then doing what else is today? Oh, live stream. I don't know what we're gonna do for that. We might do more Rocket League. Nick and I have been doing ranked Rocket League, and that's been so much fun. I don't know if the season has changed, but you need 10 wins to get ranked in a certain thing, I believe. And I think I'm like 6 games in to that or something along those lines. And then we're doing a Q&A for our Falcons, which Q&A slash meet and greet thing on our Discord. If you are just watching this, please check out our Discord. It's amazing. The moderators and everyone over there is so welcoming and kind, and the community is wonderful. Coming up on 30 minutes. This is going to take a little bit longer, but here we go. Look at all those people. That's so cool. A lot of judges, too. I wonder if I don't want to like bring any form of negativity to this event anyway. So I don't mean this negatively, but all sports seem to have annoyances with officiating. I wonder to what degree that exists here, if any. I wouldn't be surprised if there are none because they're, I mean, outside of it being so young, at least this type of event or organization, rule changes coming up and having to adjust things. Oh, wait. It's close. Is she cut back to the other guy? Okay, I can't tell. They're both close. I mean, there's, it's amazing. Be interested to know the overlap of other skills that people have on the highest level of this. I think I said before, like how many puzzles they do on average per year, and how that compares against the general person. Or what even the process of practicing looks like. Is it just doing puzzles? Are there other things that you may not necessarily realize is advantageous to do? Like in sports, there is blanking on her name. There is a woman on the Olympic soccer team for the US, I believe, that was known for their headers, and they credited them their ability to do them as well as they did due to their background in basketball, doing like jump balls and that type of thing. I'm curious. Oh, it's almost done. They're both. Oh, wow. This is a real race. I don't know if there's a advantage to finishing first. I don't believe so. I guess it's just table placement, but to a certain extent. Wow. She's almost also done. Where did that wait, did I miss that they were wait. How are they gonna be first? This person in the bottom right? Where did they come? Like, where? How is there no coverage of them? This is crazy. I thought it was neck and neck. Apparently, if Alejandro doesn't come first, it's the first time that that he hasn't for any of these type of events. Oh, it's gonna come close. This is this is amping up. Only a handful of pieces left. Bottom right, top right. I think Alejandro might be third right now, which would be interesting to see going into the finals. Um, how that will impact things, if at all. Oh, last piece. Holy shit! 34 minutes in, she is shocked. She's like emotional. That's so cool. That is awesome. Oh, wow. Good for them. Okay, now here comes second. Only a few pieces left. I mean, the way that they're talking about Alejandro, it's like he's the Jordan of this thing, and it's crazy that he's about to be third. Wait. There's missing. She's missing a piece. Put in. Oh, I would be so stressed. Okay, Alejandro coming up now. Like 6 pieces left. He's locking in the board. They're done. Good for them. Oh, they're the one-piece shirt. Now there's a little bit of separation, it appears, but wow, did this final just become even more interesting? His first loss isn't even the right word, but the first time not being first. If that is even accurate, I'm only half listening to the commentary, but I believe that what I'm saying is accurate. I'd be curious to know how close other groups are because they've really focused in on these 4 people. Okay, here we go. Now we're top right. I don't think we've seen them. They're near in the end. It it kind of it really pops off like at this kind of 35-minute mark where it becomes a nonstop wave of people finishing. They're saying that 76% of the competitors are female, 24% are male. And that it's odd, or I guess statistically surprising, that, the most dominant champion is male. Another person finished. That's so cool. It's locking in the last pieces. I mean, we got to get our puzzling in order before we take on something like this again as a show. And that is purely aimed at myself and Gavin. Gavin, who denies that he ever agreed to be part of the puzzle thing. I haven't gone back and checked the tapes on that. That is when we record the next episode. I'm sure that will come up. But we got another sideways one, and they're about to lock it in. Nice. Oh, 2 finished. Oh, well, wait. Oh, top right. Piece missing. The commentary team calling out people for leaving pieces in their bag as a rookie mistake. Drop the piece. 1 more. 2 more. There they go. More. Another one. So, see, now it's just going to be endless waves of people. it should also, based on how they organized it, another one kind of like front to back. Another one. Where's our regulation puzzler? Thank you so much for representing us in this amazing thing. Like it's so cool. Not at all a thing we ever expect anyone to do or could even imagine happening. But to be introduced to this, that's sort of the coolest thing about getting to do what we do in the community that has formed around the show. Just so like endlessly amazing and inspiring in so many ways. But I feel like so much of what we do is trying to share the things that we are passionate about with all of you and having our enthusiasm try to I guess illuminate or put our interests on a pedestal and hopefully connect with all of you. And it is so cool to see the things that are passionate to members in our community and how that inspires us. Or I'm sorry, I'm not speaking super coherently. It's 2:44 a.m. But it's just it's really cool. Really cool to see stuff like this. I would have probably never known about this without seeing that Reddit post, and it's just awesome. I wish I knew what the specifics were for advancing. If it's just you have to do it and you advance, or if it is a cutoff line at a certain time. Because I would, oh, we got a camera glitch. Um, it'd be cool if it was just, hey, you do it, and within 90 minutes, you keep going. But I think you would hit a certain point where skill level would be so high that you wouldn't eliminate anyone. But I guess is that a problem? I guess it's like becomes a space issue and a coverage issue. But because this is the second heat of semifinals, so it was a different group, and now this was the second or third group, I believe second. Um, and then I assume that the results of those will be the finals, unless there's another semi group. Oh, where's the piece? Is it in the bag? Not in the bag. No, where did it go? Oh, did something happen with the pockets? Wait, did they find it? I guess they found it. I don't know if there's a rule where like if you only have one piece after a certain amount of time, does it just count? If a judge like clears you, like it feels kind of I don't know. I guess on one hand, keeping all the pieces in order is a kind of key part of making a puzzle and like keeping track of that. But also it feels kind of bad if you don't complete it because there's one piece that is missing. Oh wow, looks like they are using a sheet of paper to like divide the sections. That's really interesting as a strategy. And they just keep working. Like I said, it seems like front to backs with the tables. It's funny the consistency that appears to be um, with the speeds. Oh, he's struggling. He doesn't. It's like, what the fuck is this piece? Struggling is not the right word for it, but he was baffled as to like, where does this go? Um, I guess maybe why doesn't it fit now? Where why isn't this connecting? Another one finished. It'd be interesting to know what the average is for completion and how much it changes per year. They just mentioned sort of that the times are getting progressively quicker. I'd love to know to what amount, and like what will the impact of that be over time? Okay, still quite a few people in the mix as far as making it goes. It appears, and the last heat everyone finished, but it came down to I think the last person finished with 4 minutes left. It's just yeah, it's popping left and right, going to different people, not even seeing building. It's just done, 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 done. I wonder if there are any sponsorships as far as this goes outside of companies that make puzzles. Getting funding to like go to an event like this. WJPC 2024 USA. Okay, it's a shirt for that event. But they're wearing like sort of like country shirts. I was gonna say sort of Olympic looking. Multiple pieces in the bag, but they figured it out. It's so cool to to know that this is gonna be an event that I'm gonna be invested in going forward. Like as soon as this is done, just doing more research and also just knowing next year this will be a thing to watch. Jeff is currently out. Uh I know he is wishing he could be here. Another finisher. Oh, puzzle on the floor. The A team. I wonder what country they're from. I mean, it makes sense that, this is such a global thing, but also cool. Really cool that there's so many different countries represented. Looking for 150. No, we're not even close. And this is 37, 7. Yeah. I think they're top left. Cool to see an update over there. Would this be a thing that y'all would be interested in watching us? Like if we did a March Metal Madness type thing, but with like rounds of puzzles. Eric would fucking hate this. This is not Eric's thing at all. Maybe Eric would host. I'm not gonna force Eric to do. He already did trivia. I don't know. Maybe he'd like. I don't know. Maybe he's in. It is one of the really nice things is that we do these ridiculous things and everybody is always on board for giving it a go, which creatively opens up so much for us to do. And there are times where I think we all are like, I don't know how this will go, and then we, give it a try and ends up being so much fun. But would this be like if we did an elimination style tournament, would that be a thing that people would have interest in watching? I don't know if the guys would have interest in doing outside of Jeff, but I would I mean, I know it's like ridiculous for me to say that. I didn't even finish the fucking first puzzle we did, but taking into account what I actually need as far as space goes and doing it properly. So he shoved that last piece in with some force. It's cool. Also be interesting to know how many first time competitors there are. So happy. Narrowing it down, only a handful more. It's so funny seeing like the mix of joy and stress and excitement. Golden State Puzzlers. That's a really cool shirt. Ah, doggone a puzzle. The relief. 49 minutes in. Oh, a lot of people are finishing this quickly. Looks like the judge had their hand up. I wonder if it's like you have to wait. Like one judge can clear and then you have to get approval or something. I'm not sure. They're excited. Got a Hello Kitty shirt. Wow, it seems like half the people. It's crazy. I feel like it has to be some level of because it would be confusing with the heats. You'd think that if there were times that they had to beat, they would be more prevalently displayed from the first heat to the second. Oh, they're saying that the website is down due to traffic and they can't even check the scores currently. So they're reading the times currently. That's why I'm trying to listen in. But it hell yeah. I just don't know what the cutoff is. They're reading like the times of the that is spacing? No, it's puzzle pieces. Of course it's puzzle pieces. What an idiot. Me asking if it's a Space Invader shirt. I mean, there are other shirts, but like I think it's safe to assume you're looking at a puzzle shirt, generally speaking, outside of the regulation puzzler. 107. And that's 127 behind. Oh, we're in the area there. C 153. I hope. Nice. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're puzzling back there. Oh, let's give an update. I was trying to narrow down. Oh, they're breaking the puzzle. I was trying to narrow down the name of the person in the regulation puzzler shirt by seeing the other heats, and I didn't see them. I didn't ever see the camera cut to them, and I mean it's very possible. Oh, what a dreadful way. Imagine if like you weren't clocked in. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, but imagine you weren't locked in and you had to like rebuild because of that. Um, my point was I haven't seen them like ever finish, even though they clearly have, to get to this heat in the prior one. So I hope that we get a specific shot pointed at them. I wonder how many of these. Oh my god, that was that was a lot. That camera glitch. I wonder what the industry is for like creating things that hold the box up stance. People make these. Is there like a Nike of puzzle box holders? Some of them are made of paper. For 27, locking it in. It's gonna be fascinating to see how many people are left like at an hour 30. I mean, based at the rate in which people are clearing this thing, it feels like they could potentially be like 15 minutes early. which is insane. Oh no. Where are those pieces? Okay. Fascinating. So I guess for these rules, if you are missing a piece and you can't find it, you get a 10-second time penalty. But if there are I guess two or more pieces that are missing that are connecting, that is determined to be a manufacturing error and do not have to face that penalty. Man, oh, that would be so upset if I bought a puzzle that I opened and it was missing three pieces. That would suck so much. It must be, I've never had that happen. Not that I've done a lot of puzzles, but I imagine that's a pretty rare occurrence. Oh, wow, this person has an extra piece. That it? Oh, are they missing? No, it's in their hand. Nice. Good for them. I've never picked up a puzzle that way. Ah, so happy. Yeah. Um, it is so cool. This is the thing. I wish that it wasn't on at 3 a.m. I'm getting tired. My brain is slowing down. I'm running out of things to say, but I can't imagine. I'm an idiot. I cracked open a soda to try to give me some energy, and I haven't drank out of it at all. Now what do I do? Do I drink it? It'll keep me up, but I don't need to be awake. Although finals, I don't know. Good for them. I got headphones in. That set up. I don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on the regulation puzzle. Oh, it looks like there's a photographer over at that table taking a photo of the person that's next to them. Even if they don't finish, obviously, this is amazing that they're part of this, and so happy to cheer them on. Woo! I don't know why I wooed. Listen, it's 3:02. I'm tired. This guy's building it here in the back row. It looks like there's only 2 or 3 rows left. Um, I'm excited for the evolution of this thing in the sense of, like, MMA is and I know this is an insane comparable. Will there be extreme puzzle solving? There has to be, right? Like deep sea weighted pieces, that actually be probably too dangerous. Um, arm wrestling, puzzling. What would be like the extreme variation? Also, every version of it is better than Power Slap. That sucks. I am open to like every sport, essentially. Well, not every sport, obviously, but I'm so open to like niche sports and the communities around them. Fuck Power Slap. Power Slap sucks. Maybe like a Nitro Circus style. Anything with movement would be funny. But then it's like a different thing. I know, like I'm speaking about like ridiculous angles. Jeff on a jet ski trying to solve a puzzle while Gavin's driving or something. It is nearing the end. Hour in. 80% of the room I'd say is clear. Oh, done. They're so happy. Some people holding up the puzzle with a photo. Handful of people left. It's nearing the end. Cut to the 153's tip. That's 157. That's right. It has to be close. The shirt designs are so cool. Oh, looking for a piece? I wonder if there's been any like what's the I once again like I don't want to this is a wonderful wholesome thing, but my brain does wonder like is has there ever been a puzzle scandal or something like this? What would that even be? Is there drug testing? I hope not. He did call I don't know who I don't have your number, man. I wonder if that was like a planned gesture type thing, like an inside joke. Trying to see if we're still solving or if they have finished and it just didn't get picked up. 'Cause it feels like we've seen everybody, I guess, but I guess I have no idea. Strategically a mess is incredibly relatable. Um, I'd love to see a top-down shot again just to sort of get a sense of how many people are left. He lifted the he lifted his puzzle up and they cut away. And I'm glad they went back to it. Really wanted to show it off. So there's no mentioning so far of like that, oh, like they did it and that's great, but you know, this is where their run ends. How many people are left? It'd be nice to have maybe a graphic of that. It'd be cool to know how many people started in the heat and how many people are currently putting things together. Because I just have no sense. Like we're seeing a lot of the same people at this point, and is it because they're the closest and maybe other people aren't in the same position, or are these the only people left? That is a awesome T-Rex. Also, I wonder the seating. Are you randomly seated? Can you pick? Nice. Looks like two more people done. That dope T-Rex. They are trying to figure out what to do because everyone's going to finish at least 15 minutes early compared to what they had projected. I love that that is like a dilemma that they're having to face. Like the concept of like programming wise not knowing what to do. Oh, that's us. The regulation puzzler. Hell yeah. Oh, they're nearing the end. Oh, they're still in it. That's awesome. Oh, come on. They're doing great too. They're close. How many pieces? Probably have like 20 or so. The other people that are close to done. Let's cut back to the regulation puzzler. It looks like this might be the final two pieces. Oh, wait, wait. Don't cut away. No. I'm happy for the I'm happy that there's a special guest coming. Go back to the regulation puzzler. No, go, come back. This is the most us that come back. They had like 2 pieces left. Do we not see? Did they finish and we're not going to see them get to be like, hey, I did it? Because they finished at the exact time that they are having a special guest on, which is like awesome. I feel like that's great for that person. I don't mean to diminish from their moment. And anyway, I, I don't, I think the regulation puzzler, which I feel bad not like just referring to them as that, like they're a Batman villain or something, but the puzzler, our regulation puzzler, I think might be done. And we just didn't get to see it. I hope that's not the case. I would have loved to have seen the time that they finished that. I would check the website, but it is apparently broken. A back row person on the back is almost done. It's a back row person finished. Standard wave upon completion. I think we missed the. I don't think we got to see the regulation puzzler. Get the. Oh man. Oh, that sucks. But like, that sucks not in a way of like it's a negative, but just like, oh, I would have loved to have seen it. Unbelievable. Only this show would this happen to. It's like every person you see get to celebrate with the puzzle, except the regulation puzzler. Because they happen to be in the 10-second window in which they wanted to show the special guest coming onto the stream. Or they're not done yet, but that just seems so unlikely. It looked like they were so close to being done. Another person done like it. Yeah, it is. It feels like. I think we missed it. Oh my God. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Well, hopefully they made it to the final. I don't know how this works. If they did, maybe I'll do something with that. I feel like we have to. I don't know. I'd love to. Do I wait? I think maybe I wait on that one. Because this isn't going to go up live. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you'll get more. Maybe you won't. I certainly want to watch more. Just a few pieces left. Now I wonder if like at this stage, if there's a cutoff, then clearly it's still intense. But if it's just you have to finish it, it must be more calming at this point. Must be more relaxed. It's just sort of the last few people. If I would have seen them completed, I would have wrapped this by now, but I don't want to miss them. Even though there's no way that they're not done based on what I saw prior. But also, like, I don't mean it looked like half their puzzle was blocked, so maybe there was, I don't know. I don't want to, like, if it cuts to them, I don't want to come across like an asshole, like that I'm judging that. How are they not done? But it just looked like they were super close to finishing, and they kept cutting back in a way that felt like it was at the end. I think I'm going to wrap this up here. Because it's almost certain that they made it. If they did, what do I do? What do I do? I'm by myself and it's 3:15 a.m. We'll stick it out. It's like probably 10 more minutes. Although that might go to the wire. We're gonna wrap it up. If we get any more cuts to the regulation puzzler, I will make sure to include that in this. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope this was entertaining in any capacity and sort of weird to do unexpectedly and by myself. It just was such a cool thing to see in the community. it felt like the right thing to put a spotlight on, and it's something that I am so happy to be able to provide some amount of coverage for. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. Um, I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening or whenever you watch this. And thank you once again so much, Tussle, for making the post and like just sharing that this was the thing you were doing and that you made those shirts. They're so cool. This has been such a joy to watch. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Have a great rest of whatever. Goodbye.